Welcome back, truth seekers, cinephiles, and everyone who accidentally clicked on this while trying to find a recipe for banana bread. You are tuning in to the Liberty Beats show, Mysticism. I am your host, Alex, and sitting across from me, radiating pure chaotic good energy, is my brilliant co-host, Wren.
Hello, mortals. Yes, it's me, Wren. I brought my tinfoil hat, my encyclopedic knowledge of bizarre internet lore, and exactly zero patience for Hollywood PR spin today.
That's what I like to hear. Now, before we dive in, let's address the elephant in the room. The script on my desk says we're recording episode 10. The teleprompter says season 2, episode 11. Honestly, I think the Illuminati already got to our production crew.
Oh, absolutely. They altered the timeline, Alex. We are experiencing the Mandela effect in real time. Next thing you know, they'll tell us Sinbad was never in a genie movie. But for the record, let's call this season 2, episode 11, the reverse cards of cinema industries, the Mysticism special. Perfect. Today we're diving deep into the glittering, terrifying, and utterly bizarre worlds of Hollywood and Bollywood. We're talking about the rumors of secret societies, Illuminati overlords, and the age-old accusation that the entertainment industry is basically a giant satanic country club. We're separating the literal demons from the metaphorical ones, adding a heavy dose of facts and having a laugh at the absurdity of it all.
Let's start with the foundation of the industry: aesthetics. The film industry is at its core a fashion and beauty industry. Beauty is the ultimate currency, and frankly, it is a highly dangerous weapon. This is a place where the beautiful traditionally win, and the ugly lose, or at least get typecast as the villain's wacky sidekick. It's true! There is a documented psychological phenomenon called the halo effect. Coined by psychologist Edward Thorndike in 1920, the halo effect is a cognitive bias where our overall impression of a person influences how we feel about their character. Basically, if someone is incredibly good-looking, like a Brad Pitt or a Hrithik Roshan, our brains automatically assume they are also smart, kind, and morally upright. Which is hilarious, because historically, some of the most beautiful people on screen have been absolute nightmares off screen. The industry is the ultimate marketplace. You aren't just selling movie tickets, you're selling unimaginable things, ideals, lifestyles. And in the golden age of Hollywood, studios literally owned their actors. Have you heard of the old studio contract system, Alex?
Oh yeah, the star system from the 1920s to the 1960s. Studios like MGM and Warner Brothers had actors on 7-year contracts. They dictated what they wore, who they dated, and even forced them to get cosmetic surgery. They owned their lives. Exactly. So when people talk about actors selling their souls to the devil, they might not mean a guy with red horns and a pitchfork. They mean Louis B. Mayer. You trade your autonomy, your true identity, and sometimes your basic human rights for a spot on the silver screen. It's a metaphorical crossroads contract.
That brings us to our second point, the cinema beasts. There are corners of the internet that genuinely believe our favorite heroes are wolves in sheep's clothing, or as I like to call them, donkeys in lions' hides. They smile for the paparazzi, but beneath that kindness lies, well, according to the Mysticism forums, an actual lizard person.
Cue the X-Files theme music. Yes, the David Icke theory. For the uninitiated, there is a prominent conspiracy theory that the global elite, including top Hollywood stars, are shape-shifting reptilian humanoids from the Alpha Draconis star system.
I mean, it makes me wonder what they really look like under the human suit. Are we talking Teen Wolf, Red Skull, orcs from Lord of the Rings? Some rumors suggest women with horns and sharp teeth, and men driven by pure, unfiltered deceit. It's like a medieval bestiary came to life in Beverly Hills.
Let's apply some logic here and correct the script's hyperbole. People call them sons and daughters of Lucifer. While they probably don't share DNA with the Prince of Darkness, the foster relationship metaphor is spot on.
Why? Because the industry forces people to adopt sociopathic traits to survive. Fact check. A 2016 psychological study published in the Journal of Business Ethics found that environments with high wealth, extreme competition, and power imbalances significantly decrease a person's empathy. When you have yes men surrounding you 24/7, your ego inflates, your empathy drops, and boom, you start acting like an orc from Mordor. No supernatural shape-shifting required.
Right. The horns and teeth are just metaphors for ruthlessness. When you strip away the supernatural rumors, you're left with something scarier. Ordinary human beings corrupted by extraordinary amounts of money and unchecked power.
3. Zeros, not heroes. The illusion of morality.
Which perfectly transitions into our third point. If we look at the industry creators, the supposed Satanists, they aren't heroes, they are zeros.
Wait, let's unpack that. What do you mean by zeros?
I mean, the hypocrisy is astounding. Look at the moral narratives they sell us. Good versus evil, the hero saving the day. But behind the scenes, the creators are often steeped in darkness, exploitation, and the metaphorical mark of the beast. As long as these toxic traits are present in the people running Hollywood and Bollywood, the heroes they put on screen are just illusions. Filter your genres, folks, but more importantly, filter your idols.
Is that why you told me before the show that you canceled your Netflix subscription?
Alex, I stopped watching Netflix, I stopped going to the movies, I don't need any content filtering because I filtered out the whole industry. I'm going off the grid, I'm gonna watch the clouds. The clouds have zero PR scandals, Alex, none.
Fair enough. But honestly, there is a profound history to this enforced morality on screen versus the reality off screen. Have you ever heard of the Hays Code?
Hit me with the facts, Alex.
The Motion Picture Production Code, known as the Hays Code, was a set of industry moral guidelines applied to most U.S. motion pictures released by major studios from 1934 to 1968. It literally dictated that evil could never win on screen, criminals had to be punished, and sympathy for the devil was strictly forbidden. They projected this hyper-pure, angelic morality to the public. But off-screen, that was the era of massive studio cover-ups, rampant substance abuse, and predatory executives. The disconnect between the glowing heroes on the posters and the dark reality of the people making the films is exactly why these satanic rumors started. People could sense the hypocrisy. To me, the stories of those successful people might look good on paper, but the reality is as dark as hell itself. 4. The dark side. Sacrifices, scandals, and replacements.
And now, we have to talk about the genuinely dark stuff. The plot script mentions child sacrifice, abuse, and replacing humans. Now, as a responsible podcast, we need to correct the literal conspiracies and ground them in reality, because the truth is disturbing enough without adding demons into the mix.
Exactly. Let's correct the record. Are literal hooded cultists sacrificing people to Baphomet on a Hollywood backlot? No. The satanic panic of the 1980s was a massive moral panic based on false memories and hysteria, extensively debunked by the FBI. However, is there a history of metaphorical child sacrifice? Absolutely. We call it the exploitation of child stars.
Precisely. Look at the real history. Look at Jackie Coogan, the incredible child actor who starred with Charlie Chaplin in The Kid in 1921. He earned millions, but his parents squandered all of it before he turned 18. He had to sue them, which led to the California Child Actors Bill, also known as the Coogan Act, in 1939 to protect minors' earnings. The industry has a long history of chewing up youth and innocence for profit. That is the real sacrifice. Some lost faith, some tragically lost their lives to addiction, and others just burned out.
Now, what about the replacing a human being part? The clone theories.
I love the clone theories.
My favorite is the Avril Lavigne is dead and was replaced by a clone named Melissa conspiracy. Or the classic 1960s Paul McCartney died in a car crash and was replaced by an imposter theory. Look, cloning celebrities isn't real, but replacing them? That happens every day. It's called being canceled or just aging past 30 in Hollywood. You get cast aside, and the industry replaces you with a younger, cheaper version who is willing to play the game.
And to play that game, you have to navigate the notorious casting couch. This isn't a conspiracy, it's a tragic historical fact. Adultery, abuse of power, and predatory directors have been a plague in cinema for a century. The Harvey Weinstein scandal blew the lid off it globally, showing how systemic the abuse was. So when someone jokes that to be rich and famous, you have to sell your soul to the devil, they mean you might have to compromise every moral fiber of your being to appease a predatory executive. The devil isn't wearing a red cape. He's wearing a tailored suit and holding a multi-picture contract. Giving him a chance instead of you? Just a joke, but a painfully sharp one. Final thoughts and the Gen Z revolution.
All right, let's shake off the darkness and bring it into the light. We've talked about the rumors, the historical facts, the predatory metaphors, and the mystical lore that surrounds cinema. But we can't predict the future, and we certainly don't want to leave you all in despair.
Exactly. Cinema, for all its flaws, sends good vibes to millions of people. It inspires, it heals, it entertains. Sometimes a good movie is all people need to get through a tough week.
And let's talk about Gen Z for a second, because they are changing the game entirely. The plot script mentions Gen Z downgrading many things, including alcohol consumption. Fact check on that, it is 100% true. According to a recent Gallup poll and various market research studies, Gen Z drinks roughly 20% less alcohol than millennials did at their age. They prioritize mental health, authenticity, and they can smell corporate BS from a mile away.
They are also replacing digital media, Spotify, and other platforms with CDs and traditional media and decentralized media. They are looking at the massive, bloated, Illuminati-esque Hollywood studio system and saying, no thanks, I'll just watch this guy restore an old toaster on YouTube for 3 hours.
It's true. If they progress so quickly in restoring the old establishment, maybe we will be moving back to the caves one day. But honestly, a cozy cave with good Wi-Fi, zero toxic Hollywood executives, and no shape-shifting reptilians doesn't sound half bad to me.
I'll bring the marshmallows for the cave fire. Well, that is enough mystical deep diving for today. Remember, question what you see on screen. Protect your own peace and don't believe every reptilian rumor you read online, but definitely demand better from the people making our media.
Stay curious, stay critical, and stay human.
Signing off for today, this is Alex
And Wren
at LBS Mysticism. Have a wildly nice day.
Aliens descend with knowledge untold, crafts of light, secrets of old. Some say they're angels, some say they're jinn, others claim watchers, born of sin.
From Babylon's towers to pyramids aligned, signs in the stars of celestial design. Who holds the truth, the clay born of flame, or those from the galaxies without a name? Against ships of steel, the war beyond mortal eyes turns real. Prophecies clash, dimensions collide, the fate of creation on the battlefield side. The unseen or the extraterrestrials, the storm untamed. The chronicles of ages will never be the same. Mankind caught in the fire, yet chosen to stand. Guardians of destiny, heirs of the land. The skies are watching, the earth still waits. When the stars descend, it will
will see.